The camera opens on a quiet seaside town as seagulls crying over the morning surf, the sun breaking through mist. A man in a simple jacket stands at the pier, holding his little daughter's hand. His name is Ethan Cole, a single father who works as a mechanic at the naval base. The hook comes fast as his daughter, Lily, tugs his sleeve and says, "Daddy, why don't you fly with the big planes anymore?" He smiles faintly but doesn't answer. The camera lingers on his eyes, a haunted, distant, carrying a story no one knows. At the naval base that morning, 3 high-ranking Navy Admirals arrived for a formal inspection. The place buzzed with excitement. Everyone wanted to look sharp. Ethan, wiping grease off his hands, stood quietly beside the hangar. He wasn't supposed to be noticed, but fate had other plans. As the admirals walked past, one of them, Admiral Stone, noticed Ethan's name tag and smirked. "Cole, you used to fly, right? What was your call sign, son?" he asked teasingly. The others chuckled. The question hung in the air like smoke. Ethan gave a polite nod, replying softly, "Valor Phantom, sir." The laughter stopped instantly. The admirals froze. The sound of tools clattering in the hangar filled the silence. One admiral blinked, his face pale. "Did you say Valor Phantom?" he asked, almost whispering. Ethan just nodded once. Nobody spoke for several seconds because every man in uniform there knew that name. Valor Phantom wasn't just a call sign, it was a legend. Years ago, during a night mission in the Indian Ocean, a pilot had disobeyed a direct retreat order to rescue a downed aircraft. That pilot had flown back through enemy radar, dodged missiles, and saved 6 men, but his own plane had been hit. The story went that he vanished from radar for 20 minutes before landing his flaming jet on an abandoned carrier. The Navy never forgot him, but he never returned to duty. That man was Ethan Cole. The admirals, who once trained under that very story, couldn't believe the quiet mechanic before them was him. After the inspection ended, one of the younger sailors approached Ethan. "Sir, if you were Valor Phantom, why'd you leave?" Ethan looked at the ground, his fingers trembling slightly. "My wife didn't make it through the year after that mission," he said softly. "My daughter was only 2 months old. She needed a father more than the Navy needed the pilot." The words hit hard. He didn't say it with regret, just truth. The sailor's eyes watered. It was a kind of heroism no medal could honor, or the courage to walk away. Later that evening, Admiral Stone came to the hangar alone. He found Ethan fixing a damaged aircraft wing under dim light. The admiral hesitated, then said, "You saved my brother's crew that night. I never knew who you were until now." Ethan looked up briefly and nodded. "Just did what anyone would have done," he replied. But Stone shook his head. "You did what no one else dared. The Navy lost a pilot, but the world gained something bigger, a man who still stands for valor even in silence." The next morning, Ethan brought Lily to the base open day. She ran to sit in an old fighter jet, pretending to fly. The admirals watched from afar as she giggled and yelled, "Daddy, we're flying high." Ethan smiled a genuine, peaceful smile. Admiral Stone approached again, holding a small case. Inside was a silver medal at the Navy Cross engraved with 2 words, "Valor Phantom." Stone handed it to Lily. "This was your daddy's," he said, "but today, it's yours. He taught us what true courage looks like." The crowd stood in silence, many with tears glistening in their eyes. The single dad who once vanished from radar had just soared again, not through the skies, but through hearts. As the camera zoomed out, Ethan lifted Lily into his arms. "You see, sweetheart," he said softly, "you don't need wings to be a hero. You just need heart."